Okay, are we ready? Get one echo. Jimmo, you got it? All right, if we're, I think everybody's here. We'll get going. Jim, will you do roll call, please?
Tom McDonald,
Here?
Jim Molitor,
Here.
Carol Langford. Here. Len Tootieth. Bing Matt. Ellie Bundy. Present. Martin Charlo.
Present.
Mike Dawson.
I'm here.
James Steele Senior. Oh, sorry about that, Jennifer.
Did you call my name?
Anita, Matt, and Tom McDonald. Sorry, I started with Jim Molitor because you said it was Jim. Tom McDonald,
Here?
Anita, Matt,
Yeah, present.
Jennifer Finley.
All right, we got a full governing body. Can I ask Mike, would you start us out in a prayer this morning?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Creator, in your all-powerful, all-knowing, and all-loving way, bless us as we do the work of our tribe today. Join me saying the Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen.
Okay, we don't have minutes to approve today, so we'll look directly at the agenda. Is there any additions or changes to the agenda?
I have one addition.
Okay. Len has an item to add in open, I assume?
Yeah.
Or- Okay.
Mr. Chair, I'd like to talk to the council and executive.
Okay, any other additions? Martin?
I'll have an issue for open or an update. Thank you.
Any other items for council? I'll briefly do a few housekeeping announcements at the beginning. So with that, I would entertain a motion to approve today's agenda with changes. Motion by Mike. Second by Ellie. Any further discussion? See none, all those in favor? Show of hands. Unanimous. Okay, go ahead, Jen.
For walk-ins, can we start with Pat, Matt? Because I believe Rhonda's might go into executive afterwards. after she
Absolutely. Let's take care of our customers right here. Pat, come on up. That's Quicks. Good to see you as always. You're always a busy man. I really appreciate that of you, Pat. I really think you do an outstanding job. I just want to say that right now. Okay, get those three balls out. Where are they?
So it's my honor and privilege to sit before my leadership here at the Confederated Salish and Kootenai Tribes today. I just have a request. So if we could switch to the other slide, Ms. Trahan. So about 6 months ago, I sponsored a ministry which is sanctioned through the Lake County Drug Court. We started a Bible study at the Life for the Nations Church in Ronan. Pastor Chad was with me on Tuesday, but we had to go to NRD first to discuss this group use permit. So on August 20th, we are planning a picnic, baptism, potluck church service, and I would like to have it down at the Sloan's Bridge area. There, the water should be down, should be safe. If we can go to the next slide, Jennifer. And that would be the location. You see where that part of the river where it comes around. It should be nice and slow as it comes around that part of the river where it's on the south side of that part right there. I think that would be a pretty good spot. But what we'd like to do is we'd have like to have a picnic bar, potluck, and service with some speakers. We have a visiting ministry by the name of Good Heart Ministries. Those of you guys, if you're at the Arley Powwow, they set up a hospitality stand and gave water and food to the dancers and singers and participants. So they're tribal members from other tribes. Part of my request is that people from our church have their conservation permits, but my guess is that they don't have theirs, and maybe some of our other visitors that may be coming from other parts of the state or whatnot might not have their conservation permits. So my request is for a group use permit, reduced fees and or waived fees for any of them, and for permission to have the event out there.
Any questions? Just one point I'd make, Pat, just in that particular location, great site selection. Because it's a high use area, and so that's a great site selection, is that little bit of root comes in right there. So there's a little bit of turbidity in the water
Yeah,
as it comes around into that shallow area you're picking out.
yeah.
So just so you know that it's a little muddy sometimes.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, if that changes your site selection or not, but it depends on the water flow. It depends on a little bit of root. That time of year, it's usually the lowest it is, so it's kind of insignificant most of the time, but
Yeah.
you never know. You never
Yeah,
know.
sometimes it's pretty busy. I understand. I go through there.
Yeah. So you prefer, and you're armoring the area. You're bringing in porta potties. It's all great.
Yeah, yeah, a couple porta potties.
So you're basically, you prefer for those people that don't already have their rec permits or aren't tribal members, that we would include a free use permit for this request.
If
That's
possible. I mean,
Do you have an estimate of how many people that might be?
my guess is we're expecting, 75 to 100, 125 people. I would be surprised if there were more than that. And I would guess maybe 10 up to 15, possibly 20% if we get a lot of visitors. But otherwise, the locals, especially people from the church like Pastor Chad and his family, they all have their rec permits and everything.
Yeah,
So,
knowing the people from that congregation, I would expect that to be absolutely true. So the duration would be for half a day?
yeah. So those of us that get up there early, I might pitch my teepee the night before because I just really want to camp out there for a night. But everybody will be pulling in about 11 to get set up, and then 1 o'clock will kick off. We don't want to be out there all day, and then start tearing down after 5.
Okay, yeah, the boat ramp is downstream a little ways, but
Yep.
you're quite a ways away from it, so I wouldn't anticipate any congestion. There wouldn't be any conflict for parking for the people floating the river, taking in or taking out. Great selection, Pat. Any other questions from council besides me? Any clarity points? Motion by Carol to approve a free use permit for your event on August 20th.
Second,
Second by Anita. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor, show of hands. Unanimous.
All right. Lemons. Yep,
Okay.
and lemons. I
Okay.
appreciate you guys. Okay. Appreciate it.
Thanks,
Have a
Pat.
good day. Thank you. See ya.
Hey, let's take care of Rhonda. Come on up.
And I have Renee Joachim from Personnel on as well.
Okay.
All right, good morning.
Good morning.
Oh, God, you guys.
Okay, did you want to go in executive?
No, there's not a lot of people here. I mean, I'm just because I'm nervous is why I didn't want a lot of people.
I need to ask one clarifying point, Rhonda. Are you retired right now? Just push the button and then.
Yes, I'm retired. Oh, just.
So, at the quarterly, we were recognized people that just retired. And so as a person that's done years and years of service for us, we have a gift for you. So I wanna recognize your retirement now, if that's okay. And we wanna present you with that.
Can I make a comment
Sure.
for that? You know, I've worked for our tribe well, under IHS mostly, but then in '93, we went tribal. But it seems like, I don't know. I remember the last time I got recognized by personnel or tribal was, oh gosh, maybe when I hit 30 years. And we my coworker that I was working with at the time, she said, that's not right. You need to tell them. So we kind of told them that I needed a 30-year something, but it just seems like there's not very good record keeping on people's years of service and the things they do. I mean, I know my job was not out in the public. I was in the dental clinic. Nobody ever seen me, but I shouldn't have to chase down recognition. You know, I don't know. It's embarrassing.
No, you're absolutely correct.
And-
We need to do a better job. We need to do the due diligence of recognizing years of service, people dedicating their careers, their lives to service to our membership. And we need to acknowledge that on a regular and thoughtful basis. So we're striving to do that. And at the end of our discussion, I would just love to be able to gift you for your retirement, if you will let us do that.
And I want my picture on the front page of Charcusta.
All
I'm
right.
teasing, no.
How do you build it? Work something out for the Missoulian.
I'm teasing.
I know some people that know people. Okay.
Oh, shut up. You've got a camera in here, don't you?
Everybody's phone is a camera. The computer's a camera. Well, we'll do that. So please, let's do that when we're done this morning, or our discussions with you. So thank you, Ron. We'll do that. So please go ahead.
Well, for a lot of years, I've never said things that bothered me because I was employed and I didn't come up here to complain about anybody that needed it. But anyway, this went on too long, the problem I'm having now. Like I said, I retired and November of, well, actually it was in October that I put my papers into Renee at personnel, and my retirement end date was November 26th of 21. And still nothing has been sent or accomplished since then. The Office of Personnel Management on the other side of the country still hasn't gotten my retirement papers. There's been several holdups. COVID, first of all, and people working from home and people not at work. But since then, it's been really a hardship. You know, we
So
did
you-
okay through the Christmas months because of what do they call that when we got the money?
Saving.
Well, after that,
So you've had no access to your federal retirement
nothing,
benefits.
nothing.
Okay.
And, but it's been hard. Did okay when we were getting those, what were those called? COVID? Stimulus. But then after another month or so, good thing, you know, he has a savings and he's paying my bills. I don't have a lot, but they're there. And I even can't pay tribal credit back yet. It was supposed to start getting payments in June. Because they were far ahead on those because it was always payroll deduction. But anyway, it's CSRS retirement program. And it just seems like since 93, it's like the lady from Billings did not know where my monies was being kept. I said, well, they're taking it out of my check. So I don't know where payroll is putting it or if they found out where it is yet. But so anyway, that's the program I'm on, is the CSRS retirement, because I had enough years when we went to tribal. The two people that I've been dealing with this situation is Renee Dosham at Personnel here and a Dawn Wilkie at the Indian Health Service in Billings. And since all this, it's just been one excuse after another. And it's just causing a lot of problems. It's causing some marital issues.
Yeah, go ahead, Jennifer.
We're
Tom,
driving
I
each
also
other.
have Greg Spar on and Patricia Hibbler.
Okay,
So
maybe,
they're all-
Rhonda, we do have Renee Joy come on.
Yes.
So maybe I can ask her to respond or give an update on
Sure.
your thing. Renee, would you please join us?
That's what.
Correct.
Jennifer yesterday let me know that Rhonda would be in this morning, so I got a hold of Dawn Wilkie, who's the individual that Rhonda's been working with. I got the retirement packet ready, sent her rate changes to Dawn Wilkie via email. She indicated yesterday that the packet has been rejected twice by the Office of Personnel Management, so it's missing some information. She is going to work on it all day Friday. She said it's a unique case because federal employees no longer have access to CSRS. The payments that were deducted from her check were sent to DFAS. And the retirement package now has to go to DFAS to get certified with all the contributions that were made. They're going to do an audit. She didn't say how long it would take. Once it gets to DFAS and they complete their audit, then it can go to OPM for processing. And I realize it's been an ongoing issue. I've done everything I can on my side. I've provided the rate changes. I provided the retirement packet. She did indicate she's going to dedicate all day Friday to processing the packet. So, but she did not say how long it would take.
Go ahead, Len.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman and members of the council, and thank you, Rhonda, for coming in and bringing this to our attention. Not really having to deal with these types of issues, especially with former federal employees, is kind of complex. So I don't really have a clear understanding of their process that they need to go through. However, I do want to propose a temporary solution if it's amended for tribal council, but I would like to see our director of financial management work with you on potentially, because of your financial situation, on working with you on some kind of reimbursement where we can assist you with some kind of payment today, so you start paying your bills and such like that, and then maybe do it a reimbursement once you receive your retirement packet, once that's completed, because like they mentioned, we don't know how long this is going to take. We just go on for a couple of months, and you got to live, you got to pay your bills,
Yeah.
So just a thought. I just wanted to throw that out there and see if there's something to that effect that we could work with her on helping her out.
Thank you, Len. I was thinking the same thing, if there was any way we could provide some bridge funding that you would be able to reimburse us once your federal retirement was fully vetted and operational. So, because yeah, that's very unfortunate. It's something that should have been taken care of quite a while ago on the federal side. So I don't know if there's any other venue that we can, or path of help that we can provide you, Rhonda, but that would be the item we could try to do. I can ask, I think Greg's on and Patricia's on too, Patty. So if they have any suggestions or if that's a viable solution for council to consider, please let us know, Greg or Patty.
Yeah, so this is Patty, and I also want to thank you for bringing it to our attention. I had a conversation yesterday with both Joe Durgalo and also with Renee. Want to thank Renee for helping you to get those paperwork filled out in plenty of time last year. I think what's happening is as we submit things with the federal government, those employees that continued to be employees as tribal health moved to 638 kind of fell into a bucket that nobody knows what to do with. And we still have a handful of those employees, not a lot, but they're there. And Joe is dedicated to work with Renee, and hopefully by this bubbling back up, those last few that reach retirement, we won't be in this situation again. So that's really our goal. We do want to assist you however possible. So Chairman and Council, I am committed to work with Rhonda and Greg to see if we can create a workable situation to help her in the meantime. I'd encourage Renee to continue to follow up on Rhonda's behalf as much as possible. We all know that these forums and working with the federal government is never easy. So really appreciate your advocacy for Rhonda as we move forward till things get in place with her, Renee. So I think that's kind of where we're at, Chairman and Council, as we move forward. And I'll follow up with Greg and see what's possible.
Thank you, Patty. Greg, do you have anything to offer?
I don't have an immediate solution, but I'm here on campus today and going to walk right down the hallway and talk with Patty and can work with Renee to come up with and to determine what the list of next steps and however we can be supportive in this endeavor will be. But my commitment's to finding the best path and most efficient path forward.
Thank you, Greg. Go ahead, Carol.
Yeah, is this Billings area that we were talking about, or Billings Regional? You know, those employees have been off work for, I don't know. I always bring it up when I'm at the tribal leaders meeting. So Len, you have a meeting next week. You know, I think those people need to start reporting back to their offices. Working from home, and you call them and you hear kids crying. You know, it's like, oh yeah, I'll get to this, and I never hear back. Well, a couple times I have, but it hasn't been a good response. So I think that could be part of the problem.
Yeah, there's been a lot of excuses from Dawn, and Joe Durglo is following up on that. He thought it might be helpful being the IHS or the tribal health director. He's into it now, and I even was told to contact my senator for the Billings part.
Absolutely.
So Peter Matt is on the trail now.
Good. That's a good move. That's a really strong move.
At the beginning, it was just me and Dawn talking back and forth, but it was always just one excuse after the next, and it felt like they didn't even know what they were doing. I had faith and confidence in the programs that work. You know, that's not my job to take care of all that kind of stuff. I was just doing my teeth work, dental work. I didn't keep track of every little bit that was taken out, but I just know money was taken out. So.
Jennifer?
Rhonda, I'm so sorry that this happened to you. You're such a good person and you've done so much good work. And I know I always enjoyed seeing you there. And I'm so sorry that this happened to you. I'm so sorry you had to go through all this effort to make it right. I'm sorry about that. You just definitely deserve better.
It, one of the reasons for letting the council know about this is to hopefully keep a close watch on for any other employees behind me that are going to retire. I've heard other people have had so much trouble with this. The ones that went 638 back in 1993. So hopefully it will help others too.
Well, I hope so. I know the congressional inquiries are real strong as far as responses from federal agencies. So I will try to follow up also with Peter Matt to make sure that that happens. So with that, I think the consensus of the council is to try to provide as much support we can for bridge funding with some kind of knowing that you're vested, you have money in your retirement that could be paid back. That funding, have a temporary loan or whatever you want to say, either through the Patricia's department or Greg directly. So we'll try to expedite that also because they're on it, but who knows how long it's going to be. You know?
Is there anything I need to do with Patricia?
They, but through Renee and Patricia, they'll contact you. Absolutely.
Okay.
Chairman, Rhonda, I want to let you know I have your phone number. And so I can follow up with you as I talk with Greg and Renee, and we kind of put next steps in place.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Rhonda, for bringing it forward. That just shows how considerate you are. You don't want anybody to go through this after you, and that is just fantastic. It just demonstrates the service and the level of service and care that you've been providing. So with that, we want to honor you. We want to honor you today, as we do with other retirees, for your dedicated years of service. And I can't overstate it. As a person that's spent over 40 years, we really want to be able to do that. So with that, please, we want to go ahead and gift you with the blanket. And I also have another item for you.
What do I do?
I know.
Okay, wait, down here? Everybody? Okay. Come on, I need some laughs here. Oh, yeah? Oh, are we? Hold your breath. Hold your breath. Hold your breath. Ready? Now. So just for council's benefit, a couple of housekeeping items I just wanted to remind you all of. Yesterday, the meeting we had with the Flight Irrigation Project staff was, I thought went fairly well. I might have talked too much, but one of the outcomes was the water masters offered trips for any council member that want to go out and learn more about their district. So we can contact them. Stormy was really good. And of course, Larry, we can go through Larry, but anybody want to learn more about the different projects, areas, that's a really a good idea. I really like that, but you really want to do it during the irrigation season. So it's just a matter of getting a hold of Larry and then hooking up with those guys. So that was a really nice outcome, I thought. The Lost Trail Refuge announcement came out, and they're giving a lot of kudos to the tribes for that, setting that up. We'd really, we're a supportive agency for that whole endeavor. But it was a Fish, Wildlife and Parks actually played a real monstrous role. The gentleman you all knew who came in here was key with that, Jim Williams, and of course he's retired now. Again, holiday this Monday. The powwow starts tomorrow. Standing hour power and no work for tribal employees on Monday. But on Monday there is a White House short briefing on the White House's initiatives, the administrative Native American initiatives, and so on for about an hour and a half. I'm gonna try to log into that just to listen to what the updates are. There might be some additional staff that do that, but that's on Monday at noon. If anybody's interested, I can send you the link if you want to listen into it, but there is a chance to participate also. But when you have, 5, 6, 7, 800 people in an hour and a half to, it's really a kind of a circus in that way. But the beneficial thing is listen to their updates. And if they have something new from the secretaries, whether it's ag or interior or other agencies, that's worthwhile. So I'm going to try to attend to it. And a reminder, Len will be gone to the Rocky Mountain Leaders Council next Tuesday and Wednesday. I don't know if you need anything from us, Len, today to bring back to him, but we can certainly do that. Okay. We also have a property that was brought to us in this area, and the gentleman wants to kind of fast track it. If we were interested in it, he was hoping to secure some security from us, like an interest, some type of earnest money. That's it, earnest money. Yeah. So I don't know if Mark's coming in today with that, but that would be, I know the college is interested, Housing Authority is interested in that parcel, 20 acres nearby. So I wanted to bring those items up for your information. So from there, we'll go to Len.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman and members of the council. Yes, as Mr. Chairman mentioned, I will be in attendance to the Rocky Mountain Tribal Leaders Quarterly Meeting next Tuesday and Wednesday. And at that time, I will be requesting support from the tribal leaders by resolution to support our efforts to gain ownership again of Big Medicine. And so I've asked Shane Marjo to put together a resolution for the Rocky Mountain Tribal Leaders consideration. And before I do that, if I could get that today, I'll get that email to you all so you can all take a look at it before I ask for approval.
Carol?
Yeah, who actually has ownership? Is it the Historical Society?
Yes, they do.
So have we went to their
Yes.
top?
Any other items, Len? That was it?
That's it.
Okay. Martin?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. One other kind of housekeeping. I don't know if you saw Janet's email last night. There's a meeting with MDT and Mr. Meese up at Polson regarding the annexation. I think they're trying to appease kind of some of the questions and the request of the council up there, or the city. Yeah, and so hopefully it's 2 o'clock today. So hopefully other people can make it. I'll go. But I think that having another representation there would be very good. So, it's at Polson City Hall at 2 o'clock today.
Yeah, I saw the legislative gal that used to be the superintendent of schools in Polson. Got the area Montana Department of Transportation lead down Missoula to come in and meet with them to talk about traffic and traffic needs for the city of Polson. So that's the connected issue, the big stick that they use to table the request for the sewer and water hookup for the new resort. So yeah, it's a good topic. Janet's on leave, so she can't make it. So we don't have her planner available to go. And so that's probably good, Martin. Thank you for committing to go there.
Brian is attending.
Brian's on leave too.
No, Brian Miller. Oh,
Brian Miller will be there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Brian
Brian
Miller.
Miller will be there. And I don't know, I guess I don't know if Scott would be good from our roads department, but probably not for that particular meeting.
Would we want to, excuse me, Mr. Chair, would we want to request anyone from legal to attend?
I CC'd Brick and Shane. I thought maybe Shane might be a good person to just attend for that particular item. I don't know if he will or not. Just follow up with Shane and see if I can make it up.
I think it's always good to have an attorney there just in case.
Okay, I'll talk to Dan then. All right.
I guess to my actual update, of course, COVID, there are variants out there. I think it's BA4 and BA3, I believe. Yeah, the part of the problem that we're having with COVID is that variants are popping up because people aren't getting vaccinated, and any virus mutates as it lives longer. And so what's going on now is that other strains of Omicron have become dominant. And that's the scariest part about viruses, that eventually they will outrun the vaccines and we will be back where we started or further back. So, this weekend as we have another celebration, please be cautious. If you're sick, maybe choose not to attend. If you do attend and you're sick, wear a mask. I know outdoors is safer, but I know of quite a few people that over the 4th of July got COVID. Thankfully, wasn't serious, but if someone that's immune compromised or an elder or a child gets it, it's definitely scary. So please be cautious out there. Talk to your physician about vaccines. We're coming into school season and sports season and all these places that we're going to be very closely in close quarters indoors. And the sad reality is COVID is not over, as a lot of people believe. So long haul, I think, is what we're going to be looking at. And So, treat it like a cold and respect your fellow humans and remember that it's good to be kind to your neighbor. So thank you.
Thank you, Martin. We will take Anita's item next, so we'll have to move into executive session for a short bit.